Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mariana Petraki, and this is News for You, broadcasting live from Athens. Under tight security measures, one of the most important trials in Greece's recent history started this morning at the Athens Court of Appeals. The trial of former Defense Minister Akis Tsohadzopoulos and 18 others, including his wife, daughter, former wife, a cousin and a former business associates, for money laundering charges stemming from alleged corruption in arms contracts, got underway. At the opening of the proceedings, the Greek state announced that it would be pressing for €1 million in damages from each defendant. Akis Tsohadzopoulos and his wife, Viki Stamati, were transported to the trial from jail on a police bus. His daughter, Aretian, German-born ex-wife, Gudrun, and another 3 defendants were not attending the trial opening and were being represented by their lawyers. 2 deals in particular have been under scrutiny: for the Tomi-1 missile defense system and the purchase of submarines for the Hellenic Navy. The ex-minister denies the charges. On Friday, he made a request for the other members of the Government Council for Foreign Affairs and Defense, KISEA, which approved the deals, to appear in court. The request was declined, but Akis Tsohadzopoulos is expected to bring the matter up again. Let's go to the newsroom to our political editor Elena Levizou for the latest in Greek politics and economy. Good afternoon, Elena.
Good afternoon. Parliament
has to pass the multi-bill by Sunday so Greece can get the next state tranche on time, according to the finance minister.
Exactly, Mariana, and this new draft law includes everything that was negotiated and agreed with the Troika. That is, installments for debts to the IRS and the Social Security funds, and also installments for loans for the over-indebted households, and of course the dismissals from the public sector, 4,000 until the end of the year and 15,000 in the whole until the end of 2014. After meeting with the Prime Minister Antonis Samaras, Mr. Yannis Tournaras said that the draft law must be voted on Sunday, so that is before the Parliament closes for the Easter holiday, so that when he goes to the next Eurogroup meeting, he will have the new law in his hands. The next Eurogroup meeting is on the 13th of May, and it will decide the next loan installment for Greece. Mr. Tournaras also said that there is an understanding in the government for what was agreed with the Troika, and he also said that he will meet with representatives of PASOK and the Democratic Left probably tomorrow evening.
Now, Elena, what's PASOK's position on this?
Well, Mr. Evangelos Venizelos has asked for a meeting of the 3 political leaders by Thursday, in view, of course, of the discussion of the new draft law in the Parliament. However, Mariana, this is very unlikely to happen since Mr. Kouvelis will not be in Greece by Thursday.
Yes, he's currently in Brussels.
Mr. Kouvelis left for Brussels today, and he will have meetings there with European officials. Among them, the President of the European Commission, Mr. José Manuel Barroso, the President of the European Parliament, Mr. Martin Schulz, and also the Greek Commissioner, Mrs. Maria Damanaki.
Elena Levizou, we thank you very much. The ethnic Chechen college student accused with his deceased older brother of the Boston Marathon bombing faced federal charges as he lay hospitalized under armed guard. 19-year-old Zohar Tsarnaev was seriously wounded and unable to speak. The ethnic Chechen moved to the United States 10 years ago but became a naturalized American citizen on September 11, 2012.
The 19-year-old suspect in the Boston Marathon bombings is in critical but stable condition, according to an official statement.
There is a special interrogation team from the Federal Bureau of Investigation that is standing by to talk to him. That hasn't happened yet. And until it does, and until the investigation is moved forward, we won't know definitively what other things may come.
Zohar Tsarnaev is seriously wounded, unable to speak and under heavy guard at a Boston hospital 2 days after his dramatic capture. Police released a video of the Boston Marathon bombing suspect hiding in a boat in a Watertown backyard. Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick says a lot of unanswered questions remain in the Boston Marathon bombing, but says there's no reason to fear another imminent attack.
There are a lot of questions that all of us have and that law enforcement have yet to answer for us, including questions directly to the suspect. But there isn't any basis for concern about another imminent threat.
Boston residents gathered for a time of prayer and reflection on Sunday as the community continued to support each other through the aftermath of the marathon bombings.
I think that this is the real Boston spirit showing itself here. We come together. This is not going to knock us down. It's only going to make us stronger.
Some people have told us that they've been here almost every day since the bombings. Others have, are really dealing with this very well. So it's going to take a while for everyone to get back to normalcy and to feel right. And we're going to be here to support that community throughout that time.
Runners at the London Marathon observed a 30-second silence to honor the victims. Thousands of runners took part in a marathon and 3 shorter road races in Thessaloniki and paid tribute to the victims of the Boston bombings.
Can blue economy be the answer for reversing the current downward trend in southern European countries? The answer is yes, according to the conclusions of the International Conference for the Euro-Mediterranean Collaboration held last week in Athens.
The Euro-Mediterranean Partnership and Investment Conference, focusing on the Mediterranean economy of the sea, brought together ministers, public servants and representatives of major industries as tourism and trade from all Mediterranean countries. Opening the conference, Greek Prime Minister Antonis Samaras said that exclusive economic zones could be the opportunity to unite Mediterranean countries and promote peace and prosperity in the area.
Αλλά η Ενωμένη Ευρώπη μπορεί να ενθαρρύνει, να στηρίξει και να διευκολύνει τα κράτη-μέλη της, ώστε η ανακήρυξη της ΑΟΣ εκ μέρους τους να γίνει ταχύτερα και η πλήρης οριοθέτησή της να ολοκληρωθεί με ασφάλεια.
Commissioner for Maritime Affairs and Fisheries, Maria Tomanaki, referred to the possibilities created by the joint initiative of European Investment Bank and the International Maritime Organization with the European Commission.
Η θάλασσα προσφέρεται, έχει δυναμικό ανεκμετάλλευτο. Και σε αυτό εδώ το συνέδριο είμαστε μαζί η Ευρωπαϊκή Επιτροπή, η Κομισιόν, η Ευρωπαϊκή Τράπεζα Επενδύσεων και ο Διεθνής Ναυτιλιακός Οργανισμός για να συζητήσουμε για δουλειές, για επενδύσεις, για θέσεις εργασίας στη Μεσόγειο.
European Investment Bank has provided more than 13 billion euros in financing Mediterranean partner countries, said Philippe de Fontaine-Vive, Vice President of the European Investment Bank.
Blue economy is a source of hope for Greece and the whole Mediterranean region. We need real engine for growth, and now the idea that we have had with Maria Damanaki and the International Maritime Organization and we as the European Investment Bank is to come to Athens and say we are there to invest in what is producive.
From his part, Andrew Wimbo, Assistant Secretary General of International Maritime Organization, underlined the need for higher standards in maritime safety, security, efficiency of navigation, and prevention and control of marine pollution.
U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry urged Ankara to reopen Halki Seminary near Constantinople, Istanbul, that authorities have kept closed for more than 40 years. John Kerry met with the Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew at the Phanar. Ecumenical Patriarch told him that the Turkish government had improved its treatment of the Ecumenical Patriarchate recently. However, he underlined that within this framework, the Patriarchate expects solutions to the existing problems, such as the reopening of the Halki Seminary. John Kerry said he discussed the possible reopening of the theological schools in talks with Turkish Foreign Minister Ahmet Davutoglu. Ankara says it is also in favor of such a move, but cites procedural issues for the delay in implementing it. The 3 foremen at a farm in Nea Manolada in the Peloponnese who opened fire on a large group of Bangladeshi strawberry pickers last week, injuring about 30 people, face a magistrate in Amaliada. The 3 face charges of attempted murder, illegal weapon possession, causing grievous bodily harm and engaging in human trafficking. The farmer who employed the 3 supervisors is also expected to give a deposition. The island of Skorpios, where shipping tycoon Aristotelis Onassis hosted some of the leading jet-set personalities, has changed ownership. Russian billionaire Dmitry Rybolovlev is the new owner. After Skorpios made again headlines, residents of Lefkada hope the old glorious days will revive again.
Onassis Paradise on Earth, Greek island Skorpios made headlines again. The island that once hosted leading jet-set personalities belongs now to Russian tycoon Dmitry Rybolovlev and his family.
Ο Ρώσος είχε έρθει στο παρελθόν, εμείς δεν το καταλάβαμε. Ναι, είχε επισκεφθεί σε ανύποπτο χρόνο του Σκορπιό. Προφανώς για να δει τι θα πάρει.
From the boat, one can see the white bungalows Onassis had built, the white buildings with the arcades and some depots. The most famous private island had been for decades on the spotlight of world media. Politicians and famous multimillionaires have visited it. Today, the island is abandoned and the residents hope that it will regain its old glamour.
Η αναβάθμιση της περιοχής προφανώς δημιουργεί και νέες θέσεις εργασίας, κάτι που το θέλουμε εμείς. Αλλά δεν είναι μόνο αυτό. Εμείς θέλουμε το νησί να ξαναζωντανέψει, να έρθει στις παλιές του δόξες, αν μπορούμε, της εποχής του Ωνάση και της Χριστίνας.
The Russian businessman, whose assets are estimated to $10 billion, seems in the eyes of the local people like a modern Onassis. In 2012, he ranked 119th in Forbes' billionaires list. It is said that Dmitry Rybolovlev bought the island for his daughter.
In business news now, the Athens Stock Exchange records gains of 1.73%, closing currently at 942.74 points. These are the top stories for now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Stay tuned on ERT World.